Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. It's Julita, and today I have a new video for you. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification button. If you're not new, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you, and I can't wait to take this journey with you. Today's video is going to be about my testimony of how I first encountered God, like the first time I actually experienced God fully and heard his voice clear and everything. So I'm so excited to talk to you guys about God because I can spend days talking about God. That's like my favorite subject. Anybody who knows me know that I talk about God all the time. So yeah, let's get started. Basically, my first experience with God was when I got kicked out of my first nursing program. I was basically in a program at a school called Broward College. At the time, it was a very competitive program and everybody was trying to get into that school, and I got in. I was so grateful, and I worked my butt off to get into that program, so I was super grateful. And when I got in, everything was going great, but then one day I got super sick. I got I don't know where this sickness came from, but it was my time of the month and I got super sick, and I couldn't stand up, I couldn't sit down. So I asked for permission to go lie down in my car because they didn't really have like hospital bed, or they didn't really have like a clinic you could go to, just like, you know how high school have that, but they don't have that at my school, so not that I know of. So I just went to lay down in my car, and the pain took like an hour. The lady had told me to come back in like 5 minutes, but the pain took like an hour for it to go away. And when it was finally done, my friend came to get me. Like, she told me like the teacher was looking for me, and when I went to my teacher took me to the dean, and then the dean was like, oh, you should have been kicked out of the program a long time ago because of me being late, of when everybody else in the class was late, you know. Because of me being late, I should have been kicked out. It was like traffic going on because of an accident. So yeah, so she kicked me out of the program, and I had no way to fight. Like, I was so new to the whole nursing like field, you know, like nobody told me that it was gonna be the way it is. So I really learned my lesson at that program. So yeah, like it was so devastating for me. Like, I've never experienced something like it before. So I was so depressed. I was depressed for like a good 2 months. Like, I'll say, like, I lost weight and everything. I never left my bedroom. I was always like sad. I was always crying, and I was just so I was angry at God because me and him, we were like this, you know, like we were besties, and I told him everything. So for me to experience something like that and he just let it happen, I felt betrayed, you know. So I was just like, why would you let something like this happen to me? Like, what did I do? Like, I followed your instruction clearly, and look where you got me. So I was just like, I let him have it. So I remember laying down on my bed one day, and while I was laying down, a voice told me to get up. So I'm just like, get up. Like, I was literally fighting with my mind. Like, I was like, I'm not getting up. Like, don't tell me to get up. Like, I'm laying down. Like, there's nothing for me to do. There's nowhere for me to go. I'm just gonna lay down and just sleep myself away, sleep my pain away, and then wake up again and do the same thing. So I was just like talking and talking and talking, but I thought it was weird because I was talking to myself. So I was just like, maybe I'm just going crazy. It's probably the depression kicking in, you know, like. So I just let it go. And then again, the voice was like, get up, take a shower, and go to school. And I'm just like, why would I go to school? Like, there's nothing for me to do there. Like, can't you see? Like, I got kicked out. Like, there's nothing for me to do. And so, like, I'm just like, and being so extra and talking to myself again. So finally I was like, you know what, maybe I do need to go to the school. Maybe I need to get up. Maybe I do need to go talk to the dean, and, you know, like, to find a solution about the program and stuff, to see if somebody can help me, because I felt so helpless. I fought to get back into the program. Like, I went to the top dean, I went to the boss. Like, the only thing I didn't go do is talk to the person who helped me get into the program. Like, she was my counselor, and she really helped me, like, stay on point. That's the only person I didn't talk to, and that's the person I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go talk to them since I don't have anything else to do. And so, like, when I got to the school, I'm like trying to figure out, like, do I really want to do that? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, where am I gonna go? Like, I just don't, I'm so clueless. Like, I don't know what I'm doing at the school because there's nothing for me there, like, you know. So I'm like, you know what, since I'm already here, let me just go upstairs and go to the little student service area so I can see if they can help me. So as soon as I was about to take the stairs, for you guys who know Broward College, there's stairs that you take to go to, like, you have to go up to the second level to go talk to the people. So I was about to take the stairs, and then the voice was like, get into the bookstore. Another thing that you guys don't know is I quit my job just so I can actually get into the program. And after they kicked me out, I had nothing to do. Like, I had no job, nothing. So I was left by myself trying to figure things out. So yeah, and that was very upsetting because every job I applied to, I didn't get in. So yeah, so that's what was going on top of like me getting kicked out. So yeah, and when I got to the school, after I heard that voice was like, go into the bookstore, I'm talking to myself and people are looking at me because I'm literally talking to myself. People are like, what's wrong with this girl? Like, so I'm just like, I'm not going inside the bookstore. Like, what am I gonna do there? So so I'm like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go in the bookstore and I'm gonna go get the T's book so I can study to get into another program, another nursing program. So I did just that, you guys. As soon as I walked into the bookstore, I see this guy like cheesing so hard, and he's like, I actually know him. He owns his own bookstore. We've talked multiple times about school, so we were pretty familiar with each other. And so like the minute I walked into the bookstore, he was just cheating so hard, and he literally was like, hey, come here, long time no see, how are you? And I'm like, I'm fine, everything is good, even though it's not. So like, he was like, I'm like, everything is good, everything is fine. And then he was like, do you need a job? And I was like, what? He was like, do you need a job? I was like, yeah. How did you know? He's like, I don't know, I came into the bookstore to look for people to work, so I just saw you and I was like, oh, perfect. I was like, do you need a job? He was just like, yeah, I need a job. He was like, okay, you start tomorrow. I was like, whoa. What just happened? You know, like, what just happened? I was not expecting that. So that literally like shocked, like I was so shocked. I was like, was that you, God? Like, was that really you, like telling me to like get up and go? Like, that's when I realized that God is super real. He's amazing and he really cares, and he was there. Because throughout the whole process, like, I didn't know like he was there for me. Like, I always know when God is with me, but just for that specific program, I couldn't feel his presence. So yeah, I was so shocked. I was so shocked. And this was just one thing that happened, but so many things happened after that, back to back. Things were just working out, things were happening. I was just so happy. And yeah, and that kind of brought me closer to God too. So I guess the moral of my testimony is, just because things are not working out right now, don't think that God is not listening, God is not there. Like, God is always here, he's always there, he's always listening, he's always watching over you. The reason why you can't see him there is because you're too focused on your problem. Just like the sun is constant, God is also constant. He is there. He's in the midst of all this, the chaos and all these things. Do not make God the enemy. That's the biggest mistake you can make. God is not the enemy. Your choices are your enemy. Your selfish self is your enemy because you chose to not listen to God. Okay? So don't be sad, don't be depressed thinking that like everything happens for a reason. Like, that's how I always see it, you know. Like, even if you make a mistake, even if you do something wrong, like, God is always a forgiving God, and he's ready to start a brand new page with you. So yeah, that's my little testimony for today. Eight to 8. Remember this, you guys. So 8 to 8 is Romans 8 verse 28. It says, all things work together for good to those who love God. You may not see the results right now, but as things are starting to like unfold themselves, you will see that God was always there, and you will see that God was behind the whole plan, the plan all this time. So that's my testimony. I hope you guys actually enjoy it. So this is the end of our little testimony. If you really enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that you can see future videos. Thank you so much. Remember that I am Jolie Tell, and I have so much to tell you. Bye.